Hello, my name is McKenna Baker. I am with the Green class, and today I'm going to be presenting my literature investigation over the topic Texas Revolution. So I'm going to go through some of the books that I had found and did for this project. So the first book I want to talk about is called The Texas Chronicles. It's the history of Texas from earliest times to the present day. This is the cover. So I didn't use this book for one of the 12 that I had annotated because I had already did those before I had found this book. So the pages, what I really like about it is the pages do look like newspaper, kind of like a newspaper would look like. And I really enjoyed reading it because the pictures were great, the wording was great, and then what really caught my eye was the back of the book. It's a 6-foot long timeline of Texas and everything that happened in Texas from 250 million years ago to 2019, which I really enjoyed looking at, and it really is a 6-foot long timeline. It just keeps going and going and going. Luckily it all folds right back in. But then at the back it has, on the back side of the timeline, it has the people of Texas from 1520 up into 1965, so just famous people from Texas. And then it also has some maps of Texas, some great places to visit like the Alamo and the Texas Capitol. So I really did enjoy that book because it did teach me a lot about the Texas Revolution, and I did get to see the timeline of that on a 6-foot long timeline, which was really cool. So that was that book. The second book I want to talk about is The Battles of Texas. So I found this at the Burleson Library, and it talks about all the battles that happened in Texas, and one of those being the Alamo, the Battle of the Alamo, and it was really cool to read about it. Here's a picture. So it has a picture, and then it goes into it with information, and then they also talked about the Battle of San Jacinto and how all that went down. Here's a picture. So I enjoyed getting to learn about those battles. Then the third book I want to talk about is the book that I used for my novel. It is called The Alamo All-Stars. It's a Texas Tale by Nathan Hale. And this one is a comic novel. It's kind of like a comic strip. It was really funny and really had me laughing almost the whole time I was reading it. So it was very enjoyable, and the pictures were great, and just the wording they used was great. And I know that students would enjoy reading this book to learn about the Texas Revolution because it does go through a whole timeline of that, like when Stephen F. Austin was captured by Santa Anna, how he was in prison, how it goes into the battles, and then the victory and stuff. And then the back does have a little map of the Alamo and then a map of Texas. So I enjoyed reading that one. Another book I want to talk about is it's called A Day That Changed America, The Alamo. This one. So this one is one that I use for one of my fiction picture books. So it starts off with this great picture that was drawn of a fortress. And then it goes into the Battle of the Alamo. So this is one of the pictures, and then this is going to be Santa Anna right here riding in. So the pictures were great in this book, and they really made the story interesting. So each page does have a picture on every single page, but it does, what I did like about it is that there were times where it would be Santa Anna talking, and then there was times where like Susanna Dickinson was talking, and then it also had a picture of Colonel Travis holding Angelina, which was Susanna's baby, during the battle. So you did get to see different point of views in this, and then the pictures were just great. It's a picture at the back of the battle that I enjoyed. You can just tell by these pictures that were drawn how tragic the battle was. Like, look at the look on his face. You can just see the fear in their faces, which it's really sad, but it did make for a great story, and it was a great read. Here's that picture of the battle. And getting in the middle of the battle. Alright, so another book I want to talk about is called Why Stephen F. Austin Matters to Texas. So this is one that I use for my fiction book, and I also have one over, not fiction, nonfiction. And then I also have the same style, same author and everything, but it's Why Sam Houston Matters to Texas. So I'll do the Stephen F. Austin one. So it was really great because it gives you a lot of facts and a lot of great pictures. So it starts off with them growing up and their families, and then it has a map of everything where they were. This was Stephen F. Austin. And then it goes into him growing up, his school days, and then how he came to Texas, how he took over for his father, and just the pictures. There's pictures on every page with great facts about it. And then it goes into how he was in the Texas Revolution. So it was a really great read, and there were a lot of facts that I really enjoyed reading about in it. And the same one with this one, the facts were just amazing, and they are juvenile books, so they are and would be great to have in a classroom. So I did enjoy doing this project and getting an idea of books that I can have in my classroom for when I am a future teacher and when I am going to teach this stuff. So I did enjoy it. So thank you for listening.